They had to lose some ship along the way. Stomp out lots of gold to save the day.
I want to give you guys a brief behind-the-scenes look at what goes into making these Purim videos. I get a lot of questions from people about how much work actually goes into this, and the answer is a lot. Also, every time I do this, I have to learn some new trick, something new, something I've never done before, and that actually does bleed over into something that helps me with my actual job doing this professionally. This year, the new trick was producing music.
Baby pirates!
Yes, it was me singing on that track.
Sparkling mad, but those buccaneers were
Multiple versions of me. And even the voice at the beginning. There was once a great grogger. But recording vocals aren't really something new. I'd done that before in previous videos. The thing that was new here especially was the instruments. No, I don't have an accordion. I have a MIDI keyboard, and all I need is the right software. So I found there's actually wonderful and free Cakewalk. After giving myself a crash course in how to use it, and I really don't know how to use it, but I could fake my way through it enough to make a cringeworthy song. And I was able to sequence notes on the MIDI keyboard that could change to whatever instrument I had access to with different VST plugins. So I was able to make an accordion. I was able to do a string instrument and then apply some distortion to make it sound, like there's that part of the song that I want to sound grungy. Distort it to make it sound like an electric guitar. And that it seems to have worked. I mean, surprisingly. I mean, my bar with this was that it won't be terrible. And somehow it just, it wasn't terrible. I don't know if good is the word I would use, but not terrible. One night I came upstairs and told my wife, I think this might actually work. The next thing that people seem surprised about when I tell them is that everyone is actually filmed individually in front of a green screen. The green screen part shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. We actually sometimes include it at the end of the video as an outtake.
Look fiercer. Fiercer.
There are two major reasons that everyone's filmed individually. Even though we all appear together in most of the scenes, the reason why it's done individually is, number one, the size of the green screen is a challenge. You can only have the physical limitations of being able to set up a screen large enough for all of us to stand in front of and have a consistent background with consistent lighting. You cannot have lots of wrinkles and shadows and things that appear in the back. It's just much easier on smaller sets, especially if I'm shooting this inside my home and not in a large warehouse where I have room to actually set up a large screen. The other thing actually is that it makes it a little bit easier to edit, especially when you're working with non-professional actors such as my kids. It's very hard to get everyone to have the right take, the right performance on the right take. And with this, everyone's an individual performance, so I can actually change each person's takes that we all line up to be the right one. Some people, it takes 3 takes to get it right. Some people, they get it right the first time. Some people, they never really get it right, and I have to kind of reuse one that I did before. And, but with everyone being recorded individually, I can drop the best version of everyone in and just make it look like we all did it together when we didn't really. There's so much more to talk about. I would love to point out some of the details, like how I had to, create different versions of the boat here that would fall apart. Or like that picture at the opening that's like a Gravity Falls style journal torn out with all this information that I had to add that no one's really ever going to see. Animating characters like the shark, who's there with us. So actually, I came out a lot better than I expected. But I just, we're going to cut this short for now because this is already a lot longer than I wanted it to be. If you guys think this is interesting, let me know. I'll make more of these behind the scenes things. Until next time.